Minnesota Vikings training camp day one wrapped up yesterday, and I have my main takeaways, my main kind of takes from day one camp. I was watching a lot of live streams. I wasn't there for the camp. I was able to get a lot of kind of highlights and kind of take away the main themes of the practice, and that's what I'm going to be describing to you guys in today's video. I'm going to be telling you guys my main points, what I noticed from the guys after day one. Anyways, if you guys are new here, listen, I am your Minnesota Vikings guy for training camp, preseason, and of course the season. This team's going to be special. It's going to be a long year. I expect the Vikings to be playing 20 weeks of football this year, and I'm sure you guys all do too. So subscribe to the channel. I'm doing daily Minnesota Vikings videos starting right now. Leave a like, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. But I got my main takeaways from day one training camp coming to you guys right now. All right, so my number one takeaway, and this is not like me doing any analysis, it's just my eye test. Michael Pierce and Dalvin Tomlinson just look massive and ripped. It is so kind of just almost pleasing as a Vikings fan to see these big guys in the middle. Considering last season, the Vikings were pushed around, I feel like, more than any other team in the NFL. Michael Pierce, his arms, I mean, they are just massive. His body he reminds me of an old Pat or Kevin Williams. He looks like he is ready to go. Yes, he's still dealing with the, I believe, calf injury, but he's still out there. He's still ready to go. I don't think it'll be like one of those things last year when Zimmer said, yeah, it's a slight injury, it's a tweak, and then, Danielle Hunter, shocker, he misses an entire season and he gets neck surgery. I don't think that's going to be that situation with Michael Pierce. He looks big. He looks ripped. Irv Smith, his dietitian, props to you. Irv looks like in incredible shape. That's my biggest takeaway is the guys, especially the D linemen, they just look big, physical, and in shape and ready to go, which I love to see. Second takeaway I got from day one was KJ Osborne was getting first team snaps at the wide receiver 3 position. This was something I was talking about a little bit in the offseason about like a month ago. I said, don't sleep on KJ Osborne being a receiver for the Minnesota Vikings in the future. I think a lot of people just kind of wrote him off, mainly because he was probably the worst kick and punt returner in the league last season, and I was getting frustrated with him too. I was saying, why did we draft him? Why is he even on the roster if he's a terrible special teams player and he's not even contributing to the offense? Well, I think we're starting to see that. Why he was on the roster. I think it's because he can still play football. He went to the University of Miami. He's still a wide receiver. I think for some reason a lot of us just kind of threw that in the back of our head that he's only a return specialist. No, he was a wide receiver in college, so he was getting some first-team reps. I don't think they'll last, though, mainly because I think they're going to get D.D. Westbrook kind of caught up to speed. But also Cam Dantzler. He's getting first-team reps with Brashad Breeland and Patrick Peterson, which I love to see. Love those 3 corners out there. Keep an eye out on that. Also with the offensive line, probably the most talked about position group for the Minnesota Vikings, Christian Darrisaw, he was not there. He did not practice. That was kind of expected, though. He's a little banged up. And then Wyatt Davis also did not start on the offensive line. It was actually Oli Udoh starting at right guard, I believe. And he is a big dude. I just want the Vikings. It is so nice to see a bunch of big guys on the offensive line. I know Oli Udoh, he might start. He might start for Wyatt Davis. Right now, I don't think it will continue. I think probably the starting, if I had to give my main prediction, week 1 preseason when they're rolling out the first team, if Darrisaw is there, I would go Darrisaw left tackle. I would probably go, I'm going to wait on left guard. Right now. I would go Bradbury center, Oli Udoh right guard, and Brian O'Neill right tackle. Unless I'm forgetting, I'm just going to wait on left guard right now. But it's good to see Oli Udoh get some snaps at guard, something to keep out for. He could end up starting week 1. Then I mentioned him earlier, D.D. Westbrook. He was there. He was practicing. He was actually returning punts yesterday for the special teams. Something that is great to see. D.D. Westbrook, I don't know if Vikings fans, you guys are familiar with this. He came 4th in the Heisman voting back in 2016 with Oklahoma. I believe that'll be Baker Mayfield, who was the quarterback. Yes, in 2016, it'll be Baker Mayfield, who was his quarterback. D.D. has wheels. He is a burner, and I love to see him returning punts. He did a little bit at Oklahoma, too. Something to keep out for. I believe he's got 1 touchdown in the league from punt return, or maybe it was a kick return. But D.D.'s taking punts. And then here is my favorite takeaway from camp. Kellen Mond. Kellen Mond was apparently the first player on the field and the last one to leave yesterday. I'm just so happy that the Vikings drafted him. I will not forget where I was for that draft pick, because I think this draft pick's going to come back, and it's something right now. Yes, he's our backup quarterback. He's a project. But even looking at his mechanics when he's throwing, he already looks like he's working his ass off. And that's what I want to see from a project quarterback. The Vikings clearly did enough scouting, enough conversation with him to realize this kid, he's got unreal potential, unreal talent, and he's going to work his ass off. You know, for all my NBA fans, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he came into the league, he was 190, he was the biggest project of probably all time in sports, but he completed his project. He completed his body, his game of work to the highest potential, and he's still not done. I'm not saying Kellen Mond can be on the same level as Giannis, but what a pick by the Vikings. It was great to see. And then also, Amir Smith-Marset, him and Kellen Mond connected on a beautiful 40-yard dot by Kellen Mond. This Amir guy, he is fast, he is dangerous, and honestly, Vikings fans, preseason is going to be a show. We get to see the first team, obviously seeing how they all work with each other, but then again, we also get to see the guys like Kellen Mond, Amir Smith-Marset all kind of play together, and it is fun to see these young, talented players. The Vikings, the collection of the 53 roster, there is so much talent. I mean, Amir Smith-Marset, the speedy guy receiver out of Iowa that was taken, I believe, in the 5th round, he looks incredible, and he's competing with probably 4 other receivers for the wide receiver 3 spot, which I love. We finally got a ton of competition in the wide receiver 3 spot. Those are my takeaways from day 1 camp. So excited for the season. I'm not going to say it. I was about to say something about the Super Bowl. I'm not going to say it. Skol Vikes. See you guys next time. Leave a like, sub. You guys know what to do. See you guys for the whole season.